My sister broke my $4,500 wedding sculpture because I refused to buy her a $95,000 desert villa. She just smiled and said, "Oops." My mom said, "You know, Lila, she gets upset easily." I didn't say anything. That morning, I canceled the lease cosign I had done for her last month and stopped the relocation fund. But the real surprise came at 8:47 a.m. when I got the email. $4,500, Liam. $4,500, Lila shrieked, her hands flailing as if numbers themselves were knives. That's how much a statue matters more to you than your own sister? The room smelled like red wine and stale perfume. A half-empty glass rattled on the coffee table from the force of my father's hand slamming down. "You smashed it," I said flatly. My hands were steady, but inside my ribs something trembled like a wire about to snap. Lila smirked. "I tripped." "No," I said, leaning forward. "You looked me dead in the eyes and smiled when it broke." Mom's whisper floated weakly. "Lila gets upset easily, Liam, you know that." My father, his jaw clenched, barked, "Enough! Stop dramatizing everything. She's your sister." And Lila, like poisoned sugar, tilted her head and said, "Maybe you shouldn't have refused me the villa." Silence. A suffocating silence. My chest felt like it cracked open. The villa, $95,000, and she had the audacity to say it in front of them. I am Liam Arden, 26. People call me quiet, reserved, detached. But it isn't peace that made me this way, it's survival. My family thrives on noise. Lila's tantrums, my father's thunder, my mother's guilt-soaked whispers. And me? I became the echo, the wall, the one who absorbed everything until I was hollow. For years, I let them strip pieces off me, money, time, dreams. And when I resisted, I was called ungrateful. But silence doesn't last forever, because what they don't know is that at 8:47 a.m. today, I received an email that can split this family apart. And tonight, I am done being the wall. Family members introduced. Lila Arden, 24. Storm in human form. Her beauty's her shield, her chaos her weapon. She doesn't ask. She takes. And when caught, she laughs. Martin Arden, 58. My father. Loud. Controlling. Obsessed with appearances. His love is a ledger. He invests where he sees return, and I was never his profitable son. Evelyn Arden, 55, my mother. Fragile voice, eyes that always look away. Her weapon is softness, but softness that bends in one direction only. Toward Lila. "Don't glare at me like that," Dad snapped. "You've always been dramatic, Liam, always looking for ways to play the victim." "And you," Lila cut in, pointing at me like I was a child. "You've been obsessed with punishing me since we were kids. Admit it. You hate me." "Stop it," Mom whispered, tears already brimming. "Can't we just have one night without this?" But my silence screamed louder than their words. "She's leaving out the best part," Lila said sweetly, her venom dipped in sugar. "Do you know what your precious son did? He pulled out of my lease, left me with no apartment." Dad turned on me like a switchblade. "Liam, is this true?" "Yes," I answered. My calm made him angrier. "After she asked me for $95,000, after she treated my savings like monopoly money. You have more than enough," Lila shot back, voice rising. "And I'm your sister. Families help each other." "Families don't blackmail each other," I said. The room tensed. Dad shook his head like I was an insolent child. Mom stared at her lap. And then Lila slipped. Her lips curled, smug. "Besides," she muttered, "he owes me." Owes her. The air cracked. Even my father blinked. "What do you mean he owes you?" Dad's voice was sharp now, suspicious. Lila leaned back, legs crossed like a queen at her throne. "Maybe I've kept some of his little secrets." I saw her waiting for me to panic, to sweat, to beg her to stay quiet. Instead, I exhaled, steady. "You think this is about money?" My words cut slow, deliberate. "No. It's about what you all did to me." Mom gasped softly. Dad stiffened. Lila laughed. "Oh, please. You were always the golden boy. Mom and Dad never shut up about how responsible you were, how quiet, how perfect. Poor Liam, poor St. Liam. I cut her off with a single line. Calm, controlled. You have no idea what I've carried. For the first time, Lila's smile faltered. 19 years old. My college savings gone overnight, not because of an emergency, not because of tragedy. Because Lila wrapped her car around a lamppost and Dad declared, "Your sister needs this more than you do." I can still see the grease-stained aisles of the grocery store where I stocked shelves at night, the hum of freezers louder than my own thoughts. I ate cold noodles from plastic cups while Lila posted pictures of her brand new convertible captioned, "Blessed." I never told anyone about the humiliation, about professors asking why I was falling asleep in class, about standing outside dorm parties pretending I wasn't invited because I couldn't afford to bring a single bottle. Mom's only words to me during that time? Be patient, Liam, she'll grow out of it. But she never did, and they never made her. You want to talk secrets, Lila, I said. My voice was quiet, but the weight in it made her flinch. I pulled my phone from my pocket, opened the email I'd been waiting to show. The relocation fund I stopped? I looked directly at Dad. It wasn't just money, it was the down payment you signed over, without telling Mom. Mom's head snapped toward him. Martin, what? Dad's face drained of color. His hands shook just slightly. I continued, every syllable sharp. You put this house as collateral for her villa. You risked everything we own for her. Did you think I wouldn't find out? Lila's bravado cracked, panic flashing in her eyes. Dad stuttered. I was going to tell you. Mom's sob tore through the room. You risked our home? For her? After everything? The house exploded into shouting. And I just sat back, calm, because I had known all along. Mom's cries echoed raw and ragged. Dad barked excuses, red-faced. Lila screamed that I was jealous, ungrateful, vindictive. And I waited. Then I spoke once, and once only. I gave you all my silence. Tonight, I give you the truth. The words stilled them. For the first time in years, they were all looking at me, not past me. Mom's face, streaked with tears, turned toward me. Liam, why didn't you say anything sooner? Because none of you would have listened. And then came the shift, the smallest, quietest shift. Mom whispered, He's right. Lila's mouth opened, ready to scream again, but she froze, because the one ally she always had was no longer covering for her. I stood. The room spun with chaos. Dad shouting, Lila cursing, Mom sobbing, but I was weightless. I didn't storm out. I didn't slam the door. I simply walked. Liam, wait. Mom's broken voice reached me. I should have protected you. I paused, my hand on the doorframe. It's too late for that. But not too late to see it. I stepped out. The night air was cold, sharp, clean. Behind me, their house, my house, felt smaller than I'd ever seen it. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't carrying it on my back. Weeks later, I woke to an email from Mom. Just one line. I see it now. It wasn't enough to fix years of silence. It wasn't an apology. But it was the first crack in the wall that had kept me buried. I've learned something. Closure isn't fireworks. It isn't revenge in flames. It's quieter. It's breathing without weight pressing your lungs. That morning, sunlight poured into my small apartment, and I whispered words I'd never dared before. For the first time, I don't carry their weight anymore. And that was enough. If you were in my place, would you forgive, or would you walk away forever? Tell me in the comments. Your voice matters here. Share your story. Like if Liam's silence and strength hit you. Subscribe for more raw, emotional family dramas.